What's up, everybody? Happy Memorial Day. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm actually on my way to work, like I always am. God, it's hot here. I was actually supposed to go to work yesterday, or last night, but I thought I'd find it in myself to get some rest, because this past week I haven't really had a chance to get any kind of rest, because I've had to get up. I've had to get up early in the morning, even on my days off, because of family obligations, and then also getting ready for Desiree's senior graduation. And then even prior to that, I've been having trouble going to sleep on the nights that I have to work. So even when I would get off of work, it would take me a while to wind down, probably because I have a lot of crap on my mind, and that's not uncommon for me to catch a little bit of insomnia. I was also stressed about apartment shopping. I went to go look at these apartments up in North Vegas that's a little bit close to my job, and I actually liked it. So I filled out an application this past Thursday. I ended up filling out the application Thursday evening. So just waiting to hear back and see if I actually get it. So I hope I do, because I've worked way too hard to be stuck where I'm at right now, like, honestly. And it's a long story why I'm even where I'm at right now. It's nothing that I did wrong, but I think it kind of is a reflection of the past and what's been going on. But it's one of those things where, you know, you have to start from the bottom again, and that's something that I was willing to accept, honestly. And that's exactly what I did, you know, starting from the bottom. You know, ended up finding work at Amazon. I had to start all over doing that. As far as, you know, I used to work in the night industry, and I quit doing that 2.5 years ago because of personal circumstances, personal reasons. I'm actually on my way to get an energy drink. I think it's like a buy two, get the third one for free. But let me do that real quick. I will be right back. But anyways, as I was saying, it was one of those situations where I knew I had to start from the bottom. And that was something that I was willing to go through for me and my family because of circumstances. And that'll be another conversation later. And I was okay with having to do that because I knew that I had my own way versus someone else telling me what I should be doing, especially coming out of a toxic relationship at the time. So, and I am already almost 2 years in from just 2 years in after having started all over. So it's just frustrating because now I need my own space, and it's that time. My daughters are getting older. My oldest daughter is probably the hardest that I have to deal with because she's a very emotional girl. So she kind of reminds me of me a little bit when I was that age, except she's a little bit more stronger at that age than I ever was. I was extremely passive. Didn't really speak up for myself type shit. But so I'm just, you know, helping her elevate as well, as long as she is open to receiving that. So, but yeah, started my job at Amazon. Prior to that, I was doing Uber Eats and Grubhub for about a good 1.5 years, coming out of the nightlife industry as a stripper, dancer, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I would go back to the club every so often if I felt like making like money, real money. But then I just think this, after a while, I just got tired of it. About Labor Day 2021 was the last time I actually worked at the club. Do I miss it? Yes, I do. I miss the money. Do I miss the environment as far as the drinking every night and other self-sabotaging behaviors that I had endured due to suppressing my depression and anxiety that I was going through because of the toxic relationship that I was in at the time? I don't miss that part. I really don't. So that's why I'm all about mental health, really, really huge about mental health, because I know what it's like to have depression and anxiety and just feeling lonely in your journey. And feeling lonely when you're trying to elevate, it's gonna happen. And sometimes I have my moments where I get in my feelings really bad and I start complaining to myself as to why. And it's only because I get that way when, I guess I want to say due to past trauma. It stems from that. So every so often, like when I start feeling that way, I'll get in my head. So I am open. This smells really good. I forgot Caribbean colada. I like stuff that smells good in the car. I do admit I do get in my head sometimes. You know, I allow myself, because I'm open and a little bit stronger spiritually, I allow myself to, instead of trying to hide it and suppress it and hold it in, what I try to do is I try to feel it and allow myself to cry it out some more. But it doesn't last long because I guess, like I said again, I'm strong enough to be aware of it, to where I don't have to sulk in it too long, because that's what leads to depression and anxiety. So I sit with it and I let it go and I get over it, because I start thinking about what I am grateful for. Because the minute you sulk into your dark space too much, you start to lose the whole aspect of what you should be grateful for. And that's and because of that, like all that stuff can easily be taken away from you the minute you like take too long to snap out of it. And trust me, I've encountered moments of losing things because of me not being grateful. So you just have to like really be careful. I try to hurry up and stay prayed up and get back into the light with myself, as far as knowing what I'm grateful for. Kind of like, for example, you know, I'm always in my feelings about like, why am I in the position that I'm in? Like, why can't I, like, when am I gonna find a place where I can like just be comfortable and let my family be comfortable, and I have to be stuck in this small place paying what I'm paying when I shouldn't have to be paying what I'm paying? You know, like little things like that. And then instead, you know, yes, I do complain about it, but then I also have to tell myself, like, wait a minute, at least I have a roof over my head. At least I have my job. At least I have people who I've only known for like a short period of time who actually give a fuck about me. You know, at least I still have my family. At least my kids are healthy. Both my daughters have graduated high school despite our circumstances. And it's like, and it's crazy because me being a single parent, like I didn't think that they would make it, only because I felt like at some point maybe I wasn't there for them academically because I was so busy trying to make sure that there was a roof over our head and then some, you know. But I just stayed grateful. I stayed grateful. And then I calmed down and I tell the universe or my higher power, thank you for everything that you are giving me. Because sometimes, you know, we want things like right now. But we have to understand that there's a time for everything. As long as you're putting in the work for it, there's a time for everything. You know, a lot of people get confused or get in their feelings like, well, I did this and I did that, like how come? It's because you're too busy focused on the outcome. You're not focusing on your progress. That's why I always say, like, celebrate your progress. Like, it may not be what you want, like fully, but it's gonna be that way, but maybe in a different way. I hope this makes sense. Like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I try to tell this to my 19-year-old. She doesn't seem to understand for some reason. And she it's funny because she tells me to make sense, or I don't make sense. I'm like, oh, I'm making perfect sense. The reason why it don't make sense to you is because you're not open to receiving. But it's okay. She'll understand. But long story short, but yeah, I stay grateful. And I know that my time will come. And I know that there's going to be obstacles that are going to come my way. And my higher power is definitely going to test me and see how well I do under situations of high stress. And it already has. I've been rewarded for the way I react to situations of high stress or things that get thrown my way, just to see how strong I am. I always try to give to my higher power. So, but yeah, always stay grateful, guys.